Hey, good morning. And so this is Christmas, almost. Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate the Christian tradition and continuing the Yule winter solstice for the pagans who actually own the holiday. Let's be real. Jesus is the reason they gave the season so that people would believe in Jesus and integrate Mithras into the. Okay, we're going to start. All right. Hi. It's me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot. And we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change, we have to shift and make change. So it takes us listening to the two different sides and figuring out where we can relate to them in our own lives, not just the person that we might be watching this for, so to speak, but actually ourselves. And then shifting that energy so we can bring the future potential that we were really longing to see into the present moment. That's how it works. So when people normally read cards and they're doing divination and they're predicting the future, where they're doing that, what I am doing is telling you how you can change your future. So rather than ask, what's going to happen to me as if you're a hapless victim, I'm asking, how can I bring about what I desire and co-create with spirit? Isn't that nice? That's what I'm doing. Okay. If you would like to book a personal reading, please go to pearlsprayers.com. You can see all the juicy details there. There is also a new membership option for $3.33. You can become a member and you can see the Tell Me Everything spread that I did yesterday, which I'm going to tell you was really very juicy, everyone. It was very, very good. So if you want to check that out, please go do so. All right, let us now begin. Today is Friday, and Friday is the release and rebuild spread. So we're going to use the feminine Empress energy on the one side of self to release. Good morning. And on the other side of self, we're going to use the masculine side of self to rebuild after the release process. So if you're here about a person, like I said before in the intro, you're going to be able to learn about that person, not just from one side or the other, because this is not gender, but from all of the energy that you are in. So I encourage you to listen to all of the messages and own them. Okay, let's start with Divine Feminine. Oh, my Lanta. I've covered up everything I need to look at today. That will not go well. I will definitely swap categories and placements because that's how I do. Okay. General energy. No. First, we have to do this. We got to do this one. Okay. I'm not looking at it. I like to be surprised. So this is the card that we have to look at because we need to forget what we think we need. So whatever you came here, you think you needed to do something today. You want to come into union. You want to get a job. You want to manifest a really great Christmas gift tomorrow. Like, you want to repair, you want to heal, you want to figure out where your soul calling is, whatever that is. You think you need something to do that. Whatever it is that you want to do, you think you need something to do that, or you think you need that thing for some reason. And this card is saying, this is what you really need. So forget what you think you need. This is what will benefit you. If you walk away today from these messages and start to work on this, you'll be golden. The Queen of Wands. I love this. We need confidence. We need to master our reactivity. We need to master our baser emotions, our baser motives, our ego, the things our ego desires or wants to get, those kinds of things. We need to hone in on our vision. Whatever our vision is and our potential to manifest it, we need to believe in the power that we have. Really, really believe in the power that we have to create what it is that we desire. I'm very much in my Queen of Wands energy today. If I can imbue this on all of you, take from me, because I'm definitely feeling powerful through my relationship with the creator, not just on my own, which is a different thing. Okay, let's look at the general energy now surrounding where Divine Feminine needs to release. So this is the general energy she's bringing into the reading, and it's the general energy that is surrounding her because she wants to release something and move to this next place. And so what is it that she's feeling? Temperance. You know, it's upright, Divine Feminine, and justice, upright. This is some good general energy. I don't hate this general energy. I'm kind of liking it. And you can come into a release with positive energy. Good morning, Melissa. Welcome. You can come into a release process with positive energy. And it's great if you do, actually. And I do feel that you are coming in with a positive mindset, because if it was like this, I'd be like, oh, she's feeling impatient about getting her justice. But actually, you're patient right now, or you're understanding the need for patience and for emotional regulation, because you trust in justice and the truth. You believe that justice will be done. There is a protected feeling that's coming from this, because temperance, of course, is a higher level angelic protection. There's usually an angel there that's doing the pouring of the cups back and forth. And in this card, we're losing the personification, but we have the crown chakra here that's kind of got this, it's got a cozy blanket feeling to me there. And the water aspect is not tumultuous water. And we're seeing this lovely image of this one big thing, and all these little things, and how we have to kind of allow the universe to help us in this process of balancing all of the things in order to achieve this one big thing. Those are the things that are coming to me. So the feminine is working on this emotional regulation, which is great because we need emotional regulation in order to embody the Queen of Wands upright, where she is able to control her reactivity. And we're also seeing this sense that she's going to accept what she feels will be revealed as the truth. And she's needing to release any resistance she might have to like the time that it will take for this to happen, probably. We're not looking exactly at her release yet. We're just looking at how she's thinking and feeling. So she's actually not doing too bad here. The hidden assistance that she has right now that's going to help her release. The Ace of Swords in reverse, which came up a lot in the Tell Me Everything spread that was on the members only section yesterday. And the High Priestess upright. I love this major arcana energy all upright. And it's great cards that you would want to see upright. So what's really helping her right now is she's trusting her heart and not letting her mind, her reactive mind, sort of take over. She's not letting the thoughts about she's not concerned with what has happened in the past or the confusion or the fog. She's like, it doesn't matter what I see. It matters how I feel. Wow, that's a big, big difference. What a wonderful hidden assistant. Now, it's funny because I love this position that I designed. I love and hate it. But when it shows you something negative, that's actually your hidden assistance, not knowing what is going on, not knowing what is happening behind the scenes. I'm getting this curtain energy. When this card is like this is like a curtain, like behind the scenes. So not knowing what is happening and not knowing some of the truths that would have hurt her, probably. this has actually been hidden assistance. Good morning. So let's look at what she needs to release. Oh, also, I'm using the Mystic Mondays Tarot in the headspace and the Star Spinner Tarot in the heart space. This is what Divine Feminine needs to release. The Magician, and it's the feminine doing the work, and the King of Pentacles. The feminine needs to stop trying to manifest a masculine energy. She needs to stop trying to manifest, because trying to manifest is causing her to focus on the thing she doesn't have. So she is trying to manipulate the energy, and she's got to stop doing that. This has to stop. This is what needs to be released. The idea that she is doing this on her own. And this is also about a specific person. The King of Pentacles is about a material divine masculine. So it could be, for some in the collective, she has got to stop trying to manifest an outcome, a material world outcome with a specific person. Just no more working at that. Okay. All right. Well, that's easier said than done. So let's look at the next position. What can I do right now to soothe myself? This is the Ace of Wands upright, and the Sun in reverse. I'm just looking at the imagery of this card. Very interesting. So this Sun card upright is honestly interesting in and of itself. It's not like a normal Sun card, and I would need to look at the book to know the exact story that goes with this one from the Star Spinner Tarot. But in this picture of happiness, there's a divine feminine and this bird here, and there's all these other birds. In fact, there's 9 of them. And it's almost like I'm getting like a sense of communication type of an energy. So what will soothe herself right now is, this is allowing herself to desire something. And this can be sexual energy, creative energy. And it's like new ideas. And then we've got the Sun card in reverse. So you need to have some new ideas about what actually makes you happy. What is the essence of what makes you happy? Divine Feminine may have convinced herself that the communication from the masculine is going to make her happy. But remember, it's not experiencing communication and trusting her heart that is helping her right now. So what might be soothing to her is to realize that what she wants is maybe not really going to make her happy. Because it's possible that this masculine is, let's say that you are wanting a specific person to come in right now. And you've convinced yourself that hearing from them is going to make you happy. But what if they come to you and the information that they give you is dark wings, dark words? A hawk is a representation of looking at the bigger picture, not getting overly focused on the details, but being able to soar above something and hone in on what you need to see. So the bigger picture might be that the words that the masculine would bring you right now would be dark words, potentially, okay? Now, this doesn't mean this is going to happen. I'm not predicting this. But what I'm saying is, what can soothe you is so that you can stop being like, I know that if I just heard from him, I would feel better. or if I just like knew what was going on, or if I could just see what was happening, then I know that I would feel better. When the universe is saying, no, 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 trusting in your heart that this is the twin. Here we have the twin flame card here. And also that came up in the Tell Me Everything spread yesterday. So trusting in your heart in the soulmate connection, or just that you can feel, instead of having to see, you can feel something. And there's 2 aces here. There's an offer coming in, but listen, telling yourself that it would be better to hear nothing and to trust my heart than to hear an unhealed masculine speak dark words that would make it difficult for me to believe in what I desire. That will soothe you right now. What can I expect to encounter as I make space for new energy? The 6 of Swords upright. The Page of Wands in reverse. And the 6 of Cups in reverse. You are leaving the past behind. You will no longer be experiencing karmic lessons having to do with unawakened masculine energy, never land masculines who never want to grow up, who are sleeping and, dreaming instead of doing. The past version of your person that was immature, not communicating. If you lost a spark or a feeling for somebody from your past, you can finally move on from that person. But it's no longer yourself engaging in immature communication either, and no longer holding on to this childish idea that coming back together with this person is really what is going to make you happy, when what makes a person happy has more to do with temperance and justice than with the Lover's card, right? The Temperance card is the culmination of the Lover's card. And it's peace and harmony and justice. So you'll leave behind this focus on the past, talking about the past, communicating about the past. Instead, the things that you struggled with, the emotions that you had to overcome, this will cause you to have new ideas, and if you're trusting your heart, then you're knowing that the best possible outcome is going to happen. So even if you're not sure where you're going in that 6 of Swords energy, you know that when you arrive, like, it's going to be good. What can I expect to, what behaviors have gotten in my way? The Wheel of Fortune and the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is being too optimistic when you've heard, okay, I'm getting a sense that there are, so in the collective right now, we have a bunch of people at different parts of their timeline with their person. Some are at early stages, some are in the middle, some are towards the end. Everyone wants to be towards the end. So when messages come in about divine timing and union, you've been like, oh, it's going to happen. But that has caused you to have expectations that have then been disappointed, very disappointing. Because the truth is, there's quite a lot for you to clean up in your subconscious so that you can really fully be honestly working with the divine. The timing is always decreasing as you're improving your outlook. So it's great to be optimistic, but your optimism hasn't really been about your spiritual journey. Your optimism hasn't been like, oh my gosh, you know what the winter solstice means for me? And Venus in retrograde? It means that I am entering into a phase where the people that I have had unhealed wounds with in my past, which include family, friends, etc., are going to come back into my life and offer me the opportunity to renew and connect with people that have, you know, left or been out of my life or been in different parts of their timeline and we couldn't connect. It doesn't matter the reasons. This time of year is a time for me to learn these lessons that I was called to learn with all these people and become the highest version of myself in harmony and fully learning the truth about my purpose and my mission. Oh, feminine, wouldn't that be lovely? If you felt that way, this would not be what's holding you back. This wouldn't be a behavior that has gotten in your way. No, what you have done is you said, the solstice and Venus in retrograde means my very distorted, wounded person who has been doing very distorted and wounding things to me because of the reflection of our wounds triggering me and hasn't really given me any reason to truly believe that he's actually going to come back right now. It's going to come back right now. And then it doesn't happen because your motive for that is base. The universe can't give you something that's going to validate your ego's fears or illusions. The universe can only give you what is true and just. And so if you're in a headspace where you really haven't figured out what your vision is or what your mission is or how you're supposed to implement it or do it or faced it or taken a risk with it, then your expectations get disappointed every time the wheel turns, because the wheel is turning, but in order to get to the next timeline with it, you have to shift. And instead, you're like, you see the wheel and you know it's going to turn. You're like, the wheel's going to turn and my person is going to change. But what are you doing? You're still waiting for the person to change. So you're still on this timeline. You haven't stepped into the one where you made a decision to change, or the one where you found your passion, or the one where you started to receive abundance from that, or the one where your friends start coming back to you because they're healed in spirit. If you're not in this part of the timeline and you're really kind of down here, but you're wishing, hoping, praying that you were up here, this is getting in your way because you're not learning the lessons that you need to learn. You're still thinking, this person is going to make me happy. But remember, what will soothe you right now is understanding that what you think you need isn't always what you need. And so if that person isn't coming, then that is going to make you more happy than if they did, or else the universe would provide them. That's how this works. You said, I want to be in harmony. I want to be whole. I want to be complete. And the universe is like, yes, good for you. That is what you should want. And then you're like, yes. And Joe Schmo from Idaho will complete me. And the universe is like, oh, no. Okay, well, we're going to run the twin flame one on this one. I know. There's a lot of people doing that nowadays, but it seems to work pretty well. There's a lot of TikTok tarots helping with it. So what can I do now to avoid this? The moon in reverse and the lovers in reverse. You need to release the fantasy and the illusions and the dreams. And you need to, these are all subconscious things that are motivating you to make choices to keep you in a place where you don't realize it, but you've gotten very comfortable and cozy in this place where you are in a state of longing. You seem to be like, you're like, no, I don't like this state. That doesn't feel good. And you think that is true. But honestly, you could leave the state very easily, but you mentally keep choosing the state because it feels more comfortable. Because this is a place where you can deny what is really happening. You can deny your true feelings in the moment. So you need to release illusions and fantasies about the person you love and about relationships and about love. This is going to help you because it's these illusions that are destabilizing you and disappointing you. It's being optimistic about things that are relatively unlikely. And here we want to tread carefully, because what I want to do is teach you how to believe that these things that you want are likely, but then they cannot be fantasy. They will then be reality. So if they aren't very realistic right now for you, it's a big, big, big leap, which is why we get page energy a lot. You need to make little small steps towards these realities. I have been on my journey for 13 years, and I have an old ass story. And what I'm being told right now is this old ass story has actually been some hidden assistance for me, because it is forcing me to believe in my power, which isn't the magician, but the high priestess. The magician has to use a wand to manifest. The high priestess understands that she herself is divine, complete, and doesn't need to manifest anything in the material to be complete. She can just trust in what her heart knows, because her heart is directly connected to the divine. It is who she is. This is the divine feminine, right? So not knowing has been the best thing for her to develop this intuition. This is what my whole course is about that I just released. Becoming intuitive. If you don't understand it or feel like you have control over it or fully trust in it in regards to your food or your body or pleasure, you must begin there to start your journey into really fully being able to release limiting beliefs that are deeply embedded in your subconscious about your person and the potential for you and your person to be happy. These beliefs are composed of different elements that are from the actual story that happened between you, the stories that have been in movies, books, songs, the stories of your own families and their loving relationships or lack of them. It's all deeply embedded within you. And releasing this, exploring this is really going to help you. Bowie agrees, don't you? What's up, baby? What's the matter? What's the matter? Are you just bored? Are you bored? She's groaning over there. All right. What is growing within me or within this connection as I move on? Wow. What is growing within you is the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. The Six of Cups is what you just above this were releasing. The old ideas about this person, this past person. What comes instead is the ability to realize that you choose. This is the Two of Swords. You choose to focus on the bliss, the innocence, the gratitude, everything that you got and feel already is present within this connection from the past, or on the pain and the separation and the longing. And not wanting to have to walk away or make a decision about this is been what has kept you in the standstill. So it is your headspace realizing that you are the one who chooses to keep yourself in separation by how you look within, how you focus on your past. So this is the skill that helps you leave behind, because this is what you have to look forward to, right? This is not doing this anymore. Awesome. This is a fucking great reading. I love it. All right, let's look at, now that we've done this release. Now remember, this wasn't just the feminines who are watching or people who identify as feminines. This was your person too. Exactly what I just said applies to them as well, because you are a mirror. All right, now we will go to the masculine energy, the general energy surrounding what needs to be rebuilt. Incredible. Here's what we had to release. The magician. In the feminine side, this was the magician trying to manipulate or manifest the specific masculine energy that she felt would bring her this fertility, creative, and abundance that she really needed to find within herself, right? So the general energy surrounding what we need to rebuild now is, here we have this manifestation. And this is the masculine energy, of course, co-creating. And the heart space is giving us the 7 of Swords in reverse. This is a masculine energy who is getting away with something, strategizing, planning, cheating, third-party energy, all those kinds of things that are embedded in this card. This is all the secrets, everything that was hidden, trying to get away with something. This is manifesting an ending to this. No longer seeing someone walk away or hide or cheat or wearing a mask, but actually using the tools that the masculine energy has received and requesting from the creator to please, and look at, this is the masculine saying, hey, I need you to take care of this. I don't know the strategy. I don't feel like I know how to completely reveal or take this mask off or, clean up the mess from this. So I need your help. This is what I need help to do to rebuild. I need a plan or a strategy to be able to reveal the truth. What is the hidden assistance? Incredible. Judgment in reverse and the Sun in reverse. 2 cards that we've already seen for the feminine side. The Sun in reverse and justice, or not. Oh, actually, we didn't get we got justice, not judgment, but actually, judgment came out a shit ton yesterday. That's what I was thinking of. We also got temperance too, which is balance. So we are seeing the Sun card in reverse for both. And it's funny because in the feminine side, it was like, how can I soothe myself right now? And it was by understanding that what you thought was going to make you happy is actually might not actually make you happy. So release a focus on needing this communication or something, because what is really going to make you happy is coming. It's not what you think it is. What is it? It's the empowered divine feminine energy, right? Confidence, vision, emotional, the mastering of emotional reactivity. The ability to wield this wand. Here you're sitting here thinking, oh, I just want to hear from my person, why they did what they did. And the universe is like, but what's going to make you happy is if you know how to wield this wand. Do you want to know how to get what you want in your life? Whether it's a person or a thing or a situation or a feeling or an event. Do you want to know that? Do you think that your person telling you that, oh, I cheated on you because I don't feel worthy and I didn't know how to come forward and I still don't know and I'm not sure, but I do love you. Do you think that's going to make you happy? Or do you think knowing how the fuck to get happy is going to make you happy? Okay, right? That's that position. Well, this is the hidden assistance. This is not being awakened to what truly makes you happy has actually helped in this rebuilding process. resisting the rebirth, resisting the reconciliation has actually helped the masculine. The feminine doing something that caused the feminine to judge him harshly, worrying that he had lost everything, lost his happiness. This is what helped the masculine. Knowing that he's not going to lose his happiness like this ever again. No one is ever going to take this from him, including himself. He's never going to keep himself from being happy again like this. This is what's really helped him. And think about it. If you are a feminine and you decided that you were no longer going to tolerate a certain type of treatment, a blocking of your happiness, you are no longer going to allow this delay of this return, reconciliation, rebirth, or whatever, take your happiness away. And so because of that, you need to keep it pushing. Same thing. It helped you. Not letting your happiness rest in this reconciliation and judging someone harshly for keeping your happiness from you, this actually helped you. So see how it's not just about masculine or feminine energy. It's every person. This is what helped them. Now, this first position is so, excuse me, interesting. What past experience challenges me in the rebuilding process? Temperance and the Star. So for the masculine energy, what's challenging him in being able to rebuild his power, to reveal himself, he could have been challenged in staying in temperance, in staying in a place of emotional regulation, in allowing the divine to protect him while he dealt with this. It could be substance issues, things like that, just regulating his sexual energy, all of those things, and trusting that this happiness is here. There's the sun again in this reading, and there's a path to it. And the path to it was this temperance energy and having this belief or faith in harmony and things really kind of being done on your behalf. And then the feminine energy herself having done this work on his behalf. So allowing the feminine to be, he put her on a pedestal and he saw her as the one who was like protecting this connection and doing all this work. And now, you know, it's and then of course, because he wasn't sort of feeling his own mastery, then he's feeling like, oh, I'm unworthy of her because she's done all this healing and she's shining and etc. So this has really been challenging for him. What can I do right now to build my confidence? The Three of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Wands. This is withdraw from partying, withdraw from, you know, do not go out, do not have drinks, do not party, do not engage with other energy, with third-party energies, do not pass go, do not collect $200. But what will build your confidence is that I believe that the divine masculine has been doing this. I feel that he has isolated himself and begun this healing process. The other thing is, I think, working on victim mentality in regards to seeing the feminine engaging in other energy and being like a victim about it. It's like, bro, nobody did anything to you. You did that to yourself, right? So, you know, heal your wounds. Heal this feeling of like, oh, my person cheated on me and my person did this to me and my person is so cruel. It's like, no. You asked the universe for a healthy, healed, happy life. And the universe was like, well, can't give you this person that you keep trying to manifest who is not the one that is healthy and healed for you. So what will build this masculine's confidence is understanding that he is healing these wounds that have caused him to engage in this third party energy, and that he is able now to release any of the negative effects from the past regarding those energies. What possible future challenges could arise? Wow. Eight of Swords upright. Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords up and down. So for me, this is about this no communication. Okay. So what challenge could arise is that if you continue to protect yourself in this mental prison, which is not safe, it's like you put these boundaries up, but it's an illusion because you're not looking, you're not seeing that there's really nothing around that's going to get you. So that it can be like protecting yourself by not communicating with the feminine. Could be a challenge. The other thing I'm seeing is that you need healthy boundaries because of a feminine energy that does not have healthy boundaries. So it could be that as well. And it could be the feminine protecting herself from hearing from you because of in the past you have violated her boundaries, the way that you've chosen to communicate. So it could be the way that you have chosen to communicate has not been on the up and up or something. And so the feminine is resistant to hearing from you in this way. So you have to take off this blindfold and realize that you're trapping yourself. Whatever way that you feel you have to talk to her, it's an illusion. It's like you're not really your hands are not really tied. This is just a potentially convenient thing you've been telling yourself to keep you alone a little bit longer, to kind of, because you maybe still aren't quite ready yet. So it's like protecting you. What past behaviors have destabilized me? Page of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Just being an idiot, being really immature, and being afraid to make a choice, and instead of making a choice, like acting kind of beastly and just sort of, having other options. And I think another thing that has destabilized you is not having true love and feeling like you couldn't find it, and not apologizing for the choices that you made. I feel like there's another layer that I'm trying to articulate. It's a little more, it's about the feminine. It's like not apologizing to the feminine, and then, or feeling like you had no choice about coming to her with your offer. But this is what has been destabilizing. So what will stabilize you now, right? What can I do to avoid this and stabilize? King of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Pentacles. So look at the feminine in this card. The feminine is juggling. She's got much more of the weight here. This is like this. She's a whole. It's like so interesting, and this is being really egotistical and worried about your reputation and unworthiness, feelings of unworthiness, and going back and forth with the feminine. So it's balancing this out. It's balancing the scales. It's no longer hoarding or withholding this pentacle, all the abundance that you have. And it's also thinking that the only thing you have to offer the feminine is this prosperity or something. Like really not understanding that she doesn't give a shit about this. She cares about like all these grapes, you know, like all the sweetness, all the intoxicating feelings of just loving you. This is masculine's got a tricky feeling. He's really he doesn't have many excuses left, and they don't hold much water. And so he's getting really like complex or cerebral. It's like his last ditch attempt to maintain this boundary, but he like can't. And what future prospects do I have to look forward to once I rebuild and stabilize? Yes, see, okay. High Priestess in reverse, which we know already is Divine Feminine's assistance. The Nine of Wands, which we were told is what he needs to do right now. And the Well in reverse. Okay. So Divine Masculine, what you have to look forward to is that you will heal. You will heal from these trust issues with the Divine Feminine. You will no longer be trying to get this is about Muse energy, like inspiration, and it's a feminine energy, and it's a bottomless well. So no longer seeking your healing, because remember, this was what challenged you in the past. You always sought that the feminine would be what would heal you. Just being in proximity to her, just looking at her, just observing her, this is what would heal you. You felt like this divine feminine, truly angelic being, okay? But what you have to look forward to is that it's not the feminine here who's doing this healing. It's not an external feminine. It's you healing this distorted feminine energy within you. So you will finally not seek your sustenance in a vampiric way from feminine energy. You have found the way to connect with spirit within yourself. And what comes after the Nine of Wands, but the 10 of Wands, which is finally being able to unburden, which is beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, so this, by the way, is the Well. It's from the Ethereal Visions Tarot, and it is the 22nd card, which for me is definitely twin flamey, and the second to the last in the deck in that card. And I think that's interesting because the 9 is also, so this is like what will happen is that you will rebuild this ability to have healed these wounds having to do with the feminine. For some, it may indicate continued isolation, but for others, I do feel it is really no longer depending on the feminine to help you heal your wounds. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your person can't come in, because your person can heal while they're with you as well. You don't have to do all of your healing in separation, but you have to get the motivation for your healing from separation. Okay, let us now return to the feminine and dig into the oracles and help her release and rebuild. We are getting for the feminine what she needs to release and how she can do it, because that's how I did these archetype cards today. So you need to release, feminine, any of the shadow attributes of the servant, which is using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life, or not having a delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So you may have been too much in your servant energy, like doing a lot of free things for people, not valuing yourself enough. So you need to release the servant energy. And this also could be just doing whatever the masculine needed you to do. And then, this builds resentment over time. So what will help remove it is interesting. It is the nature child, which has to do with abuse. And I think it's interesting because the thing that you needed to release was the specific king, who was being depicted by this rabbit. And in this picture, we're seeing this feminine energy clinging to a brown rabbit. And I find that so poignant in today's reading, especially because we're seeing the reverse on it. And it says child nature. And the thing that would stabilize you or help you avoid the behaviors that have gotten in your way was releasing the childishness, right? That also came up here for what you had to look forward to, right? So you have a childlike nature that maybe has convinced you that you must serve someone else's needs. And this masculine energy is also having to get into a headspace where that is not true. Because in this case, the feminine was serving his needs, right? Again, the feminine was the one that was the angel, the sweet angel who was just there no matter what, providing everything for him. And it was imbalanced, and it's what caused the distortion in the relationship. So you need to release this childishness that taught you that you needed to be at the beck and call of somebody, of a master, and that you didn't then serve yourself. And your own fertility, creativity, and abundance has now been, it becomes secondary. So that is what will help you shift in the archetypes that you're dealing with right now. Who will help you? Wow. St. Michael the Archangel, confidence in reverse, and my favorite, St. Francis of Assisi, with the animals card coming out, which is so significant because this is, when it's in its light, friendship with animals and communication with spirits. So now that I actually do have my husky that I have always wanted, whenever I got this card, I don't know if I've gotten this card since I got her, but it's really significant to me because when I would get this, I would be like, oh, this means I'm supposed to get my husky. And she's right there on the couch now. And what will help me release this tendency towards the shadow of this is like a tendency to abuse. And this can be abusive towards others because of the resentment you have towards serving them. And really needing to come into the light, which is understanding that you have a tendency to do that. And your relationships with others right now can help teach you that. And the other thing that is helping you is confidence and loyalty. Trusting that there is this loyalty and this peace and this truth again. And really believing in the protected nature of this union. And so it's unconditional love. So being confident and believing in unconditional love. Prosperity and willpower coming out for the divine feminine. So divine feminine, don't doubt that you have what it takes to receive this abundance. There's a part of you that believes that you don't have enough willpower to be able to hold the vision for this world that you want and actually see it come into its fulfillment. But you have to believe in your ability to achieve this. And doesn't take willpower to receive prosperity. Willpower is a finite resource. You start in the morning with a certain amount, and by the end of the day, your fuel gauge is low and you have to recharge in order to have enough willpower. That's why it's difficult to keep commitments in regards to food or anything that we set nighttime routines, because nighttime is when we have depleted our willpower. It truly is finite. So understanding that you don't have enough willpower in you to achieve the abundance that is available to you, because you don't need willpower to achieve it. You already have the will. You have only to follow the way. And following the way is something that you do intuitively. It is not something you force or make happen, right? Ooh, this big ass beautiful hawk. And all of the birds in my neighborhood just flew by, and the hawk like turned its belly so I could see its markings, and it landed right on the balcony across from me. Wow. You just have to pay attention to your intuition. And if you don't know how to do that, get in touch with me. I'll help you figure it out. All right. This is your message today. Card 55, Snake Spirit. And it says time to heal. This is not a card I get often, and I'm definitely going to read it today. But it's very interesting because the snake energy is often associated when we see readers. They'll talk about like third-party energies and snakes and all that kind of stuff. But the snake, and also it's obviously associated with the devil, but the snake is about transformation, shedding your skin. You can no longer keep the skin you have. You've literally outgrown it. You must allow it to shed. You must release it in order to continue to expand. All of us need healing at times. And when snake spirit appears, it is time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us will have tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others now. Shed the past and step into a new way of being, for vitality is rising in you. This might be a good time to honor the work you have done to heal, grow, and repair any damage within you, within those you care about, and within your community. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you have created. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports wellness, prosperity, positive relationships, and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. I love this. Good morning, Christina. I'm just seeing you there, and Cordelia. I am absolutely so happy to see this. I feel this. There are people in this room right now that I have talked to within the last 24 hours who I feel that this totally resonates with too. And it's funny because I don't know if I have even ever gotten this card. So, and I've had this deck since I got it for my birthday in 2020. Good job. You've healed, you've renewed, and you're ready for rebirth. Now, for some of you, that does mean your person returning. But for others, it doesn't. It just means that now you can begin the process of your healing fully so that your person can also do the same. It's your releasing of that person, shedding of that skin that is going to allow you to become the version of yourself that will be able to come into union. Because I don't want to give false hope, because the false hope is what has kept you from moving on. The expectation that divine timing somehow means that you are going to get what your ego desires has been something that has really held you back, feminine. So there are some that are coming into union. But if I were you, I would pretend that it wasn't me just for a moment and think about, if it's not me, what does it mean to be reborn? What does it mean to shed my skin and step into a new version of me if that person isn't returning? Whatever that vision is, hold on to that vision, because even if you are the person meant to see the reunion, it will only be the vision of your future potential that allows that future to enter into your present moment. So even if you are a person who's coming into a reunion, just pretend that you're not for a minute to see who you want to be, regardless of who's standing next to you. And then go general, which means instead of thinking at all about reunion, which is very difficult when you really want it, I want you to think about your favorite memories from a Christmas Eve of the past. Or if you don't celebrate this holiday, just one of your favorite childhood memories of reuniting with a relative who only comes around the holidays or for a birthday or once a year. Or maybe you had a parent that was in the military and you know what it felt like when they came home. Or maybe your dog or your cat was lost and you thought you weren't going to see them again. And then they came home and you saw them. I'm feeling emotion coming up. And I'm not thinking about my person, you know? I'm thinking about when I get to see my son and how tall he is and how good it feels to be with him again. That is creating in me the feeling of reuniting. And if I don't think about my person who isn't reuniting with me in this moment that I'm talking to you, but instead I'm thinking about how good it has felt, I can create the feeling of the reuniting. And that is what causes me to jump into the timeline where that is true. And here's the big one for you. I am open to love in various forms. Because that love that I just felt when I thought of my son, that's one form of love. The love I feel for my grandmother who just passed, that's one form of love. The form of love I feel for my person or for the people here in this room or my friends that I'll call and wish a Merry Christmas tomorrow. Like, if you are open to how many ways love comes into your life, you won't focus on this one way anymore. And if you can stop focusing on the one way, you can have it. You can have it right now. Here is your healing medicine. I'm using the shamanic medicine today, and I'm seeing, I think that's a dragon. But also we keep getting that red bird energy. This says lower world, and it says past on it. I shit you not. It's fucking so dumb how these cards are always, it's funny. I was watching one of my readers the other day who apologized for swearing, and I was like, oh my God. If I apologize for swearing, my videos would be 3 hours long. Okay, lower world. You have avoided the lower world and your own past out of fear and misperception. This is not a place of hellish darkness, but somewhere that must be explored if you wish to become acquainted with the oldest part of your soul and move beyond the things that hold you back. Your thoughts and ideas are imprinted in the lower world, and once there, you can access the roots of your innermost feelings. This is literally what would help you right now, going into your past, releasing these illusions of your past. Oh my God. The lower world card invites you to retrieve your lost power. Hear the rattlesnake and the drums beat, and dance your way to the trunk of the cosmic world tree. Seek guidance from the ancestors and the nature spirits that reside here. Lower world grants access to nature's secrets, for this is where the elemental kingdom can be encountered. From here, wisdom and power can be brought forward into life to correct the wrongs or heal the wounds of the past. Your totem animals will accompany you as you descend into the past and discover where your power lies and how they can help you in the here and now. Shamans make the descent to the lower world through altered states of consciousness. The concept of a tree that connects the underworld, the earth, and the heavens is common to many belief systems and include Yggdrasil of Norse myth and the sacred fig of Hinduism. In the indigenous cultures of America, the world tree is a place where spirit animals live alongside the ancestors lost information is found, and fragmented parts of the soul await retrieval by the shaman. You have been avoiding the dark aspects of your psyche. Embrace your shadow in order to know thyself fully. Face the fears that stem from past lives by connecting with the earth and the lower worlds. Darkness sheds light on that which is hidden. Lower world speaks. Journey down into the deep, accessed through trance or induced sleep. Ancestors, spirits wait for you. Darkness highlights what is true. My God, your medicine, Divine Feminine, is okay. There's a couple practical things I can give you right now about this medicine. You can take my course, because I actually encourage you to do some of this work in the course. That's available on my site. Just go click the link down in the profile below and click members, and you'll find all the information you need about it. Or you can go to Lacey Phillips, How to Be Magnetic or How to Manifest.com or something. She does these hypnosis techniques. You can find this probably on YouTube if you need to go a free route. Or you can do this completely on your own. Pull up some Tibetan bowls or whatever gets you very relaxed. Meditative, it can be classical music, doesn't matter. Ask your angels or your guides or whatever modality you practice to take you down into your memories of the past, to find the thing that will help you release this need to manifest a specific person that you're focused on. So you don't need to say, show me exactly why this is happening. You just need to be like, I want to release this manipulation of the energy, trying to make something happen, trying to make something specific happen. I would like to release that. Please show me something that will help me do that. And then just kind of stay focusing on your breath. Your thoughts are going to come, and that's good. Like, people sometimes think, oh, if I meditate wrong because my thoughts are there. No, I want you to pay attention to your thoughts. Just whatever catches your fancy. If you start to go into a deep, dark hole and it feels bad, maybe come out of there, distract yourself from there. But if you do, fine. And then I want you to have some kind of agreement with yourself that, like, your guides will bring you up at a certain time when you've gotten what you've needed. And then just come up and journal what you saw. Even if it was weird, like, I kept seeing myself playing My Little Ponies on the green carpet in my apartment in Rome, New York, when I was around the age of 3. And I didn't understand why that kept coming up. And it turns out because I had a massive sexual trauma that happened at that time in my life, and that the person who was involved in that trauma was in that room. And when I looked up from my little ponies that were on the green carpet, I could see his shoes. So there is stuff in there that is dark, that is scary. And you should I always recommend everybody works with therapists whenever they work with me, or if they're working on this kind of stuff, or you just have a very strong support system of people that you can call and talk to who will, help you through your feelings. But that's your work. Just meditate and go into your memories. You can do free writing in the morning too. And you're wanting to pull up 2 things. If there's darkness, look at where it started. If you were a 3-year-old child that was a victim of some kind of a trauma, then go now as your healed self, or pick a healed mom and dad energy. I have Meryl Streep and Robert De Niro, young versions of them. Those are my parents. And reimagine the situation where my parents came in, they saw what was happening, they believed what was happening, they helped me, I received healing at an appropriate time. Or I could even take that out of my memory if I wanted to. It doesn't matter. I could say, never happened. They stepped in before it happened. They protected me. They weren't, 19 and 23 and completely selfish and didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were healed versions of themselves, and they protected me. As soon as you do that, you rewrite your history. If that is no longer a part of your psyche because you rewrote it with a new memory, because your memory is only an overlay of stories that you've told yourself for years anyway. If you rewrite the memory, the trauma is healed. Once you have healed the trauma, you can become a person who no longer has to keep relationships secret or feel violated by sexual energy. And here's your theme for this week. The Three of Pentacles. Do the work to envision what you would like to see in the 3D. Instead of doing the work to manifest this person, do the work to understand what you want your entire reality to look like. Not just this one person or this one job or this one fixation. The whole thing. Okay, masculine, your turn. What do you need to release? Miserly energy. This is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And the light is entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold and delight in sharing's life riches. So you are needing to rebuild from a place of miserly energy. How do you do it? Hero. Be the hero. What does the hero do? What does the hero do? The hero is the protagonist of the story. The hero is at the bottom of the mountain. He has a huge obstacle to overcome. It seems like he's not going to make it. He falls down. Things attack him. He has to fight them off. And eventually he reaches the peak. He reaches the peak. He achieves the victory over the villain. He saves the damsel. He fixes the problem. He he plugs the hole in the dam. Like, he is noble. He is brave. He is true. He is in his integrity. He believes in his own ability. Harry Potter is the hero because in the end of that series, he faces that by the prophecy that has been laid out, he will have to die a hero in order to be reborn and save all of his friends. So this obsessive fear that you're going to lose something and this hoarding of everything that you have, sacrifice it all. Sacrifice everything so that you can live. Your guardian angel is here to support you with your vision. A vision held by the feminine energy inside of yourself, not your external feminine, although she has done a good job of holding this vision, but your own feminine energy within self. The ability to create something and imagine the future potential of it is the feminine side of the brain. Not gender, but energy. So you're being supported in holding this vision. Forgiveness and judgment in reverse. You have to hold the vision of the feminine forgiving you, of her not being so overwhelmed by the emotions of what has happened in the past, what has gone in the past, that she can't forgive you. And you have to go to the well of forgiveness. And when you go there, you're not going to see an external feminine. You're going to see yourself. And you're going to ask yourself for forgiveness. Because it's really you that has been wounding you. No one else. That's the victim mentality. Just like you need to release this mentality that feminine did anything to you, you must release the mentality that you did to feminine. Because what we learned is that your withholding of the feminine's happiness was what actually helped you both to understand the true nature of happiness, to become fully enlightened. The fact that you didn't know, that you weren't awakened to this twin, or the knowledge that this person was who you really had called, who you were manifesting, that was your hidden assistance. So forgive yourself for it. Be fearless and bold. And look at the black and white balancing energy and the number 4 on this card. This is Badger Spirit. Rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with Spirit is paying off, and the results will soon coalesce into form in your world. The gift of Badger Spirit is the surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold will yield wondrous results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that Spirit deems best for you. Badger Spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want, so assert yourself, be fearless, and be bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given a green light now. That's just a sign for me, everybody. Don't worry about it. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. Alrighty, that is beautiful. Followed by what? I spread joy. And I love this divine masculine because this is the season of joy. And spreading it is a very enlightened Scrooge of you, right? If you're a miserly, oh my God, thank you for that. That's perfect. What's the cure to miserliness? Being the hero. Just think, and you know what? Watch it. Go watch the really fucking wonky ass version of A Christmas Carol. I can't remember what it's on. It might be on Hulu. I watched it last year and it's this like modern take on it and it's fucking whack. It's so great. Anyway, it's like got some weird, crazy like shit. It's like violent. I was like, what is happening to Scrooge? But it's brilliant. So go watch that strange thing and like feel the story. Because this is literally masculine story. Like bah humbug. Be turning into actually the hero, seeing his past, seeing his past, the present, and the future. And when he comes out of it, choosing to spread joy. Merry Christmas, Tiny fucking Tim. Like, literally that. I can't make it up. My God. Anyway, let's watch that one together, babe. Okay, and we're getting the West and Purge, and we've got Hedwig here. We've got the Snowy Owl. We've got Wisdom and the energy of needing to purge, getting rid of something. Let's give you your medicine, divine masculine. Whatever it is that has been eating away at you, it is now time to get it off your chest. Spit it out and say what you feel. You have a voice, so use it. Problems cannot be solved if nobody is aware of them. If you are in a bad relationship, get out. Make the necessary preparation by telling a close ally. You will get their support and you will find the courage to make your move. If work is the issue, speak to your boss and give them the opportunity to correct things. If they can't or won't, you can always seek out what it is you really need to be doing with your life elsewhere. If you have been living by another's rules, religious beliefs, or ways that are not for you, now is the time to explain why you will no longer abide. The people who matter and really care will not punish you for being true to yourself, but they will support you in making the changes you need. The spiritual warrior of West now leads the way to help identify, dismantle, and destroy all the habits and beliefs that no longer serve a positive purpose in your world. In Native American traditions, the old ways of the Europeans and Scandinavians, the West represents the source of great personal power and opportunity for transformational change. Associated with the element of water and the season of autumn, West brings an uprising and a purge. The potential divinatory meanings are: determine who is a true friend, weigh up pros and cons before making a commitment, someone is sad to have lost your friendship, a relationship is being healed, decide where your loyalties lie, be integral to all you do, be truthful, consistent, and assertive, be you. And the West speaks: remove all which serves you no longer. Let cleansing waters make you stronger, clear of mind, body, and soul. Now I have room to make you whole. My job is cool. Sometimes. All right. This is your theme, masculine. The Queen of Swords. How interesting. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Probably the most challenging queens to deal with in their shadow. Hang on. It might be my COVID test. Hello? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. I will be right down. Thank you. Bye. Shit. That's my COVID test, and I absolutely need to go and get it. So I'm going to leave this video on, I guess, or maybe I'll stop this and I'll come back and do a part 2. That's what I'll do, because I still need to close off with the ending oracles, but this is definitely going to take me at least 5 minutes. So I will be back. If you want to come and join me, I'll see you soon. Bye.